You're about to learn the fastest way to overcome shyness and social anxiety and develop a deep, lasting sense of confidence in yourself. Let me start by asking you this question though. If you really wanted to master something, let's say you really wanted to master a sport or an instrument, what is the one thing that you would have to do in order to master it? I mean, there's many things, right, depending upon the skill or the instrument, but what is one thing that you have to do, no matter what it is? You have to be willing to invest your time. You have to spend a lot of time doing it. You know, there's the idea of the 10,000 hour rule, like anything you do for 10,000 hours, you become an expert at. Well, confidence is no different than any other skill. And if you watched any of my other videos, you know that I believe with absolute certainty that confidence is a skill that anyone can develop. And I've seen that in some of the most intensely shy people who couldn't even ask someone what time it is, couldn't even make eye contact with an old lady walking down the street the other way. And I've seen them get to the place where they're walking bold and tall and strong and greeting people and teasing people and flirting with women and getting dates. And I said, if that guy can do it, anyone can do it. And here's the thing, I was that guy. I was in that place too, and that's why I have that absolute certainty that it's a skill. But here's the thing, if it's a skill, the only way to develop is through an investment of your time. And the more intensely you can invest your time and energy, the more rapid your results, just like any skill. And that's where one-on-one weekend intensives come in, is that we get together for a weekend, for 2.5 days, and go deep into what is getting in the way for you, what is blocking your natural sense of confidence from emerging, and then taking massive action during the weekend to make that happen. You know, I had a teacher one time who I absolutely looked up to. I mean, he was an amazing person in the world, so confident in himself, but not like cocky or bravado or a front. I mean, it really was. At first I thought, oh yeah, behind closed doors he's just as insecure as me and the rest of us. But as I really got to know this guy, I was like, wow, he really just loves himself, is confident in himself, believes in himself, doesn't take things too seriously. And so I remember approaching him and I was like, I want to learn from you. I want to work with you. You know, do you do coaching? Do you do therapy? How can I learn from you? And he's like, you know, I don't really do those things anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I don't really do that, you know, officially. But you know the fastest way to just get better with all this stuff? I was like, what? Tell me, because I was desperate at the time. He's like, just hang out with me. Just hang out with me. You'll get it. And I was like, what? and I think the same is true for me. Hang out with me for a weekend and you will get this stuff on a deep level. And of course, we're going to be doing much more than hanging out. We're not just going to be sitting there shooting the bull. We're going to be getting in-depth into things, like in an intensive way. It's a little intensive first. You're going to fill out this questionnaire. You're going to look at really what you want out of the weekend and how you're going to create it. And then we're going to go into all the obstacles. We're going to do these in-depth one-on-one sessions that there's no time limit to them, right? I hate the idea. I used to do psychotherapy where you have a 50-minute session and it's like, I know you're really getting into something, but we're out of time. I'll see you next week. None of that here. It's like we're going to spend 30 minutes on this or 3 hours on this. We're going to go in depth as much as we need to help you break through, see yourself differently, make a shift. You can transform your beliefs in a weekend. You can transform the way you see yourself in a moment with enough intensity and focus and intention. And that's what you bring to this weekend intensive with me. And then on top of that, we don't just do that. We don't just sit in an office and talk, because as you know anything about me, I don't believe intellectual understanding is what leads to true transformation. That's just the first step. The next step is we got to get out there and take action. And here's where the weekend intensive is different than anything else that I do. It's because I'm there with you. And we're coming up with the missions and social experiments and exercises to do in the moment right there. And you say, well, I could just do that on my own through remote coaching or something like that. No, it doesn't work the same way when I'm there with you. And we can do powerful processes here in my office where I help you activate and learn how to consistently activate a deep sense of power in yourself. You know, I've done this with, and I learned it from Tony Robbins, an amazing teacher, and I work with it with guys, and after moment sessions like that, they'll just say, wow, I've never felt like this before. I didn't know I could feel like this. I was like, yeah, not only can you do that, you can create that sense of confidence and power in yourself. And it's a very simple process, but it's something that we have to do together one-on-one in here to really create that experience. And then we take that energy and we go out into the world. And then we're walking around at downtown Portland here, and I'll describe to you, let's try this, let's do that. And if it's at your edge, I'll encourage you to do it. And you'll do it and you'll have a profound experience. Or if you're like, there's no way I could do that, I'll be like, watch this, and then I'll do it. Because I practice what I preach. I don't believe in just sitting there and describing what people should do. I never will ask you to do anything that I haven't done myself or that I'm not willing to do. Because I'm building my confidence all the time too. It's a skill. I believe this wholeheartedly with absolute certainty that the more I develop it, the more I become confident, and the more you as well. So it's just we all just keep working on it together. And that's why these are so fun. I've had some powerful transformations with guys where even just after the first day and a half, they're like, wow, I think I'm done. And I'm like, well, we have a whole weekend. You're not done. Let's go deeper. Let's look at the future. How are you going to bring this home? How are you going to leave here with a sense of complete certainty that you can maintain this level of confidence in yourself and then go to the next level? What are the steps you're going to do when you go home to create the environment that's going to support you, the accountability that's going to keep you going, and then the big dream that you have something to pursue with your confidence? Because confidence is not the end. That's not we think that's the result, right? I just want more confidence. I want to feel more confident, and then everything will be great. But that's not the result. Confidence is the means to an end. You want the confidence so then you can do cool stuff in the world. So you can go talk to people, create fun relationships, have amazing dating sexual experiences, or find the woman of your dreams, or have the confidence to create a business, or speak up in a group, or create a passion and a hobby that inspires you, and you just want to follow that to the end of the road, or changing your career and doing something that really matters to you in your life. That's what you do with the confidence. And so that's what we work on in the final step of the weekend, is how do you bring this home? And these weekends are my favorite thing to do. They're powerfully transformative. And I would love to hang out with you for a weekend and really make some things happen. And then, there's extra levels. We could follow it up with private coaching, via Skype, so you can develop and maintain that sense of confidence. We're going to do whatever it takes to help you get the results that you want. And one final thing you might be wondering as you watch this is, the weekend with me is an investment. It's more than money. It's an investment of time and energy. You got to fly out here. It's a big deal. In fact, I was talking with a guy who really wanted to do it, really needed it, was going to really change his life. He was kind of on the cusp, but then he was like, I don't know, that's a big commitment of time. I got to get away from, he works all the time and he's busy in his life, and he's like, I got to get away from work. And I was like, well, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so you really have to get off work on Friday, but go ahead. And he's like, I got to get off work, and I don't know, it's, I was planning on these other trips, and I get it. It's a big investment to come out here. And he's like, well, can you come out and meet me? And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't do that. I got a new family here. I got a little boy. He's 2 months old, and I want to be here. I want to go home and sleep at night and be there with him. So we got to do it here for now. And he's like, I don't know. And that might be where you're at. It's like, I don't know. Is it really worth it? All this, I have to fly out there, and time and money and investment. I don't know. And I always go back to the same thing with this is, what's it really worth to you? If you really want that thing what's that thing in your life that if you had confidence, if you knew that you couldn't fail, that you were just going to pursue it with relentless determination and eventually get there, what is that one thing for you in your life? Because that's what we're going to give you the confidence to do over the weekend and help you find and create in your life. What is that thing? Is it being able to pursue a career that matters to you, where you feel excited and satisfied about going to work? Is it about being able to talk and share your ideas and message with a group of people, no matter what the size, and feel bold and confident doing it? Is it about being able to overcome this BS fear that stops you from being able to talk to a beautiful woman, and you want to see if there's a connection, see if she's got more than just looks, but is an amazing soul inside, and you want to go do it, you see her at a supermarket or at a coffee shop, and you don't, and then there's another lost opportunity, and you've just been doing that for months and years. What's it worth to you to have those things? For me, they're priceless. They're worth millions of dollars. And another question I ask is well, if you don't take action, how are things going to be different? And I really kind of bust guys on this because that's where I spent a decade of my life. Something will just change. I'll move into an apartment, and there'll be a beautiful woman next door who will knock on the door in her little skirt and say, hi, I need help changing a light bulb. Can you come over and be my hero or something? It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. And nothing's going to change unless you take action. And the more powerful, intensive action that you can take, the more radically you can shift things. So if you're ready for this, if you're committed, send me an email below, contact me, call me, and we'll talk. And we'll see if it's a good fit, because I only want to work with you if I believe that it's going to produce a powerful shift for you. And I will offer something else or suggest something else if I don't think you're quite ready or it's quite a good fit for us. But if it is, and it's a green light, then get ready to have one of the most exciting, transformative, powerful weekends of your lifetime. So reach out to me. I look forward to talking to you soon.